Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I request Shri Prasanjan Jain, Managing Trustee, Bhagwan Mahaveer Foundation, to escort our chief guest, Shri Om Birla, Honourable Speaker of the Lok Sabha, to the dais. I request Trustee Shri Pramod Jain to escort our presiding guest, Shri T.S. Krishnamurthy, former Chief Election Commissioner of India, and Shri D.R. Mehta, former Chairman, Securities and Exchange Board of India, to the dais. Today is a great day for Bhagwan Mahaveer Foundation. Today, the foundation will honor one individual and 3 institutions who have been rendering selfless services for the underprivileged and the voiceless. Let us commence with prayer. I request all to rise for prayer. Tamil Thai Valthu by Mrs. Karpagam and Mrs. Jayanti, and pledge by Ms. Palak. Prayer will be sung by Ms. Srimati Nirmala and Srimati Kiran Rai.
Om Namo Shri Siddhanam, Om Namo Ayariyanam, Om Namo Vajjayanam, Namo Loe Savasahunam, Eso Panchanamo Karo, Sava Pava Panasano, Mangalanancha Savvesing, Padamam Havai Mangalam, Om Namo Arihantanam. Jai Hind. நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும் சீராரும் வதனமென திகழும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம் வியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
Please raise for the pledge.
Please repeat after me. मैं भारतीय हूँ, मुझे भारतीय होने पर गर्व है। मैं भारतीय संविधान को राष्ट्रीय धर्म मानती हूँ। मुझे उस पर पूर्ण आस्था, विश्वास एवं अभिमान है। मैं अपने आप को भारत एवं भारतीयता पर पूर्ण रूप से समर्पित करती हूँ। जय भारत, जय हिंद।
Kindly be seated.
This pledge has been authored by my grandfather, Shri Sugalchand Jain. I humbly request the Honourable Speaker to kindly use your good offices and make this pledge to be taken in all the schools and colleges of our great country. The pledge may be in regional language if required.
I request Shri Jain, the founder trustee of Bhagwan Mahaveer Foundation, to welcome our chief guest, Shri Om Birla, Honourable Speaker of Lok Sabha, with a shawl and garland as a mark of gratitude and respect. I request Shri Vinod Kumar, Trustee, Bhagwan Mahaveer Foundation, to welcome our presiding guest, Shri T.S. Krishnamurti, former Chief Election Commissioner of India, with a shawl and garland. I request Shri Dilip Sankla to welcome Shri D.R. Mehta, former Chairman of Securities and Exchange Board of India, with a shawl and garland. I request Shri Prasanchand Jain, Managing Trustee of Bhagwan Mahaveer Foundation, to welcome the gathering.
Jai Jinendra. Respected Shri Om Birla, Honourable Speaker of the Lok Sabha, Shri T.S. Krishnamurti, our selection jury member, Shri D.R. Mehta, our selection jury member, Shri Guru Murti ji, our selection jury member, distinguished guests, dear awardees, ladies and gentlemen, I extend a warm welcome to you all. I have immense pleasure in welcoming the Honourable Speaker of the Lok Sabha, who has so graciously consented to be the chief guest for the function and honour the awardees. Our Honourable Speaker has dedicated himself to serve the people, especially the marginalized and downtrodden, and doing some social services from a young age. He set up the Nishulk Paridhan Upahar Kendra with public cooperation for distribution of clothes to the underprivileged, launched the Prasadam project to provide free food, launched a medicine bank project to provide free medicine to the poor, helpless, underprivileged and needy patients. He set up a mobile school, Mary Pathshala, in slums to provide education to children of nomadic and poor families. He set up the shelter homes called Rain Baseras to help poor laborers sleeping on roads. In these shelter homes, facilities like free heater, bed, mattresses, quilts, nutritious food and tea are provided free of cost. Under the Kambal Nidhi Prakalp, free blankets and beds are provided to the needy. Since 2006, he is organizing the historic and patriotic program Azadi Ke Swar on the eve of Independence Day every year, which instills in common man, especially the youth, the life and sacrifices made by the martyrs, national leaders and founding fathers, thereby inculcating the spirit of nationalism, patriotism and character building in the youth. It is being organized as a festival in Kota, Rajasthan every year. In March 2015, Ek Mutti Ann Rahat Abhiyan, a campaign to give relief to farmers affected by hailstorms, was launched by our Honourable Speaker, in which food grains were collected by going home to home and given to affected farmers in rural areas. in order to address the national deficiency problem in pregnant women and adolescent girls, Suposit Ma Abhiyan was launched in Kota, Bundi Parliamentary Constituency of Rajasthan. Under the campaign, nutrition kits were provided to many pregnant women and adolescent girls in the slums who were lacking in nutrition. He led the relief team during rescue operations to help the flood victims during the devastating flood in Kota city in 2004 and 2019 by providing shelter and medical facilities to them. Shri Om Birla was elected to the parliament from the Kota Bundi constituency in Rajasthan. Prior to being elected in the parliament, he was elected thrice to the Assembly of Rajasthan in 2003, 2008 and 2013. The simplicity, politeness, compassion and gentleness of the Honourable Speaker of Lok Sabha is truly inspiring, and the presence of such a personality in the award function is a blessing. I am very grateful to Shri Om Birla ji for accepting our invitation to be the chief guest of today's award function. I welcome you, sir, and thank you for having consented to honor the awardees by presenting the Mahaveer Awards. I also welcome Shri T.S. Krishnamurthy ji, our selection jury member and presiding guest for the function. I warmly welcome our selection jury members, Shri D.R. Mehta, former Chairman, Securities and Exchange Board of India, Shri S. Gurumurthy, part-time Director of RBI and Editor of Tughlaq, and the shortlisting committee members to the function today. I have great pleasure in welcoming our 4 awardees, namely Shri Jasraj Shrishrimal ji from Telangana, Miss Sitava Jodati representing Mahila Abhivruddhi Mattu Samrakshana Samsthe, Karnataka, Dr. B.K. Jain representing Sadguru Netra Chikitsalaya, Madhya Pradesh, Dr. Abhay Bhang and Dr. Rani Bhang representing Society for Education, Action and Research in Community Health, Maharashtra. Shri Jasraj Shrishrimal from Hyderabad is promoting vegetarianism and advocating animal rights and animal welfare. Shri Sitava Jodati representing Mahila Abhivruddhi Mattu Samrakshana Samsthe Belgaum in Karnataka is working with Dalit women, ex-Devadasi women and their children, providing livelihood promotion for ex-Devadasis and Dalits and ensuring quality education to Dalit children. Sadguru Netra Chikitsalaya, Chitrakoot, Madhya Pradesh is providing quality and low-cost eye care services. Shri B.K. Jain, Director, Trustee of Chikitsalaya, is taking efforts in making remote areas of Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh cataract backlog-free areas. Society for Education, Action and Research in Community Health, established by Dr. Abhay Bhang and Dr. Rani Bhang, is providing the much needed affordable health care to the rural and tribal people of the backward Gadchiroli district of Maharashtra. Our awardees have been doing selfless service for the weak and underprivileged in our society. They are inspiring others to work for the downtrodden people in the society. The Bhagwan Mahaveer Foundation has been identifying and honoring individuals and institutions doing selfless service since 1995. The foundation expresses gratitude, acknowledges the services of these altruistic persons and honors them with the Mahaveer Awards. It is our privilege and honor to have our Honourable Speaker, Shri Om Birla, amidst us on this day to present the awards. We will be honoring the awardees today with a cash award of Rs 10 lakh each a memento and a citation. I warmly welcome all the dignitaries, distinguished guests, invitees and the members of the media. I will fall in my duty if I do not thank Shri Subhasji Oswal for helping the foundation to organize this function. I once again welcome one and all. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. I request Shri T.S. Krishnamurthy, former Chief Election Commissioner of India and member, Selection Jury of Mahaveer Awards, to deliver the presidential address.
Delighted to be here this evening to participate in the award presentation function. First of all, a big thanks to Mr. Sugalchand Jain for having this Mahaveer Foundation. With a small, humble beginning, it has come to a big stage now. It has become a very important institution to recognize public service apart from other areas of social service. I think Mr. Sugalchand's service, though both through Mahaveer Foundation and other institutions in Tamil Nadu, I think we need to take very important note of it, and in my opinion, he needs to be nationally recognized for his services. Generally, I always have a very high opinion about the state of Rajasthan. Having been in the Election Commission of India, I can tell you one secret. The two best states for the election purposes has always been Rajasthan and Himachal Pradesh. And I have publicly made this announcement, and so I'm very happy that Rajasthan and the community from Rajasthan is doing a great service to Tamil Nadu in particular and to the nation in general. I think we need to compliment Sugalchand ji for the excellent services rendered here, and in the presence of Honourable Speaker Shri Om Birla ji, I would like to tell him that he needs to be nationally recognized for the services he has rendered. As far as Mahaveer Foundation is concerned, sir, the jury particularly have been helped by a remarkable set of people. I think one of them is here. I find Mr. Naresh Gupta is here, and I think a few others in the selection screening process. And they have an exhaustive procedure in going around the places to choose the right awardees. And the jury's work is simplified thanks to, of course, this committee which has been doing the screening job. And of course, the chairman, Shri Chikitsalaya ji, who used to conduct these proceedings to the satisfaction of everyone. And we had no hesitation in choosing the people, because although we had too many competition in the selection of people, but we had no difficulty in identifying the awardees for this purpose. And I think the credit goes to Shri Venkatachalaya ji as well as the team that supported in the selection process. I would only say Mr. Sugalchand Jain has given this institution a great international, even national and international importance, because it encourages some of the essential features of Indian culture, particularly vegetarianism, and also the service to poor, the backward people. I think we are all beholden to him for the excellent service he has done. Sir, Om Birla ji, I know I have seen him earlier, but the way in which he conducts the parliament proceedings, it's not an easy job. The speaker's job is not an easy job. And with a smile, he does. In fact, I've watched the proceedings, of course, on the TV. The way in which he conducts the proceedings, I think it's a matter of pride that we have a good speaker in the parliament. Of course, other members of the jury are here, and I don't know whether I should mention them by name, but each one of them has distinguished them himself or herself with a remarkable track record of service, and it has been very enjoyable as a member of the jury to participate in these deliberations. I must say thank you to each one of them. And this particular function every year is done with a very solemn dignity, and it's a matter of pleasure that one is associated with that. Thank you very much. Best wishes to the awardees.
Thank you, sir. I request Shri Pramod Jain, trustee of Bhagwan Mahaveer Foundation, to present a report on the activities of the foundation.
A very good evening to all of you. I take immense pleasure in presenting the activities of the Bhagwan Mahaveer Foundation. I would like to briefly share the primary aim for establishing Bhagwan Mahaveer Foundation and the procedure of identifying the awardees. There are individuals and institutions providing selfless services for the welfare of the needy. Such altruistic persons and institutions should be identified, encouraged, and honored so that many others may also emulate them and help the underprivileged and the voiceless. Thus, the Bhagwan Mahaveer Foundation was established in the year 1994 by Shri N. Sugalchan Jain under the chairmanship of Bharat Ratna late Shri C. Subramaniam, former Governor of Maharashtra. The foundation instituted the annual Mahaveer Awards to honor such individuals and institutions. The awards are conferred to an individual or an institution for excellence in human endeavour in the following 4 fields: non-violence and vegetarianism, education, medicine, community and social service. Each award consists of a cash component of Rs 10 lakhs, a memento and a citation. Initially, the foundation instituted one award under the category of community and social service. Over the years, the number of awards increased from 1 to 4, with a total cash component of the award increasing from 5 lakhs to Rs 40 lakhs. I am happy to announce that the cash component of Rs 10 lakhs, which is by far one of the highest cash component given by an NGO, is completely exempted from income tax, thereby facilitating the awardees to utilize the total award money for the noble cause. I would like to share with you the procedure followed in selecting the awardees. The process begins with inviting the nominations from eminent personalities of our nation, such as governors, chief ministers, ministers, member of parliament, elected representatives, union ministers, senior bureaucrats, vice chancellors of universities, and the general public, by publishing advertisement in newspapers and other digital platforms. This year, the foundation has received 251 nominations from 27 states and 2 union territories. The nominations were placed before the shortlisting committee comprising of the following distinguished members: Dr. S. Chini Krishna, co-founder and chairman Blue Cross of India and chairman emeritus FIAPO; Shri Kailash Maljidugar, former president Rajasthani Association Tamil Nadu; Shri Naresh Gupta, IAS retired, former chief electoral officer Tamil Nadu; Shri D.K. Oza, IAS retired, former vice chancellor of Gandhigram Rural University Tamil Nadu; Shri P. Shankar, IAS retired, former chief vigilance commissioner; Dr. T.S. Surendran, director pediatric ophthalmology, Shankar Netralaya. The shortlisted nominations were visited by the representatives of the foundation to ascertain the necessary information for overall authenticity and the positive impact of their services rendered by the nominees. Finally, the shortlisted nominations along with the visit report were placed before the selection jury, who evaluated and selected the awardees. The selection jury is headed by Padma Vibhushan Justice Shri M. N. Venkatachalya, former Chief Justice of India. The following eminent persons are the jury members: Puja Acharya Shri Chandanaji Maharaj, eminent sannyasini and social reformer; Shri S. Gurumurthy, editor Tughlaq, part-time director of RBI; Professor B. M. Hegde, chairman Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, Mangalore Kendra; Shri T. S. Krishnamurthy, former chief election commissioner of India; Shri D. R. Mehta, IAS retired, former chairman Securities and Exchange Board of India; Shri Prabhat Kumar, IAS retired, former cabinet secretary, Government of India; Justice Shri G. S. Singhvi, former judge of Supreme Court of India; Professor M. S. Swaminathan, chairman emeritus, M. S. Swaminathan Research Foundation, Chennai. The foundation has so far honored 76 awardees. Today, 4 more awardees will be honored by the Honourable Speaker of the Lok Sabha. Till date, a total of Rs 6 crores and 25 lakhs have been presented to the awardees in formal functions. With great joy, I announce that this is the 24th Mahaveer Awards presentation function. The Bhagwan Mahaveer Foundation expresses gratitude for the sacrifice and services provided by the awardees and by all nominees who have sent the nomination for the Mahaveer Awards. The foundation appreciates and felicitates the selfless service done by all the altruistic persons. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Today, we have gathered here to recognize, honor, and express our gratitude to 1 individual and 3 institutions who are doing selfless service for the betterment of the lives of the weak, underprivileged, and the voiceless. It's a privilege that the Honourable Speaker is presenting the prestigious 24th Mahaveer Award to them. The award consists of a cash component of Rs 10 lakhs each, a citation and a memento. We will now have a brief audio-visual presentation from Hyderabad, Telangana, awardee in the field of non-violence and vegetarianism.
Shri Jasraj ji is a relentless grassroots animal rights welfare activist, recognized by the state government and many NGOs. Simplicity, magnanimity, and non-violence are the principles of his life, and saving animals is his mission and ultimate motto. He has been carrying on the animal welfare activities since 31 years. He played a pivotal role in establishing more than 25 Goshalas in the state of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. By contributing not only valuable time, but also huge funds and organizing and mobilizing resources. He has been honorary legal advisor to many of the Goshalas and is associated with many organizations. Shri Jasraj ji devotedly pursued the case in Supreme Court and succeeded in a historical case after 50 years of litigation, when the court held valid the total banning of cows, bulls and bullocks slaughter in the state of Gujarat. Consequently, 10 states came forward to impose total ban on slaughtering of cows and its progeny. Lakhs of cattle lives have thus been saved. He rescued animals like snakes, dogs, cats, camels, horses and other wildlife animals from the cruelty of being killed by offenders. Jasraj ji with his team rescued 580 camels, which were illegally brought from Rajasthan for slaughter in southern states. He successfully persuaded Rajasthan government to impose ban on camel slaughters in the year of 2015. He pioneered to establish Mahaveer Camel Sanctuary at Sirohi, Rajasthan. Jasraj ji has authored many articles in the magazine on animal rights. He addressed police officers, public prosecutors and judicial officers on animal laws and their rights. Eradicating the evils of animal sacrifices was always on his prime list of objectives. He is the backbone of vegetarian movement and activities since many years.
I request Ms. Palak to read the citation for 24th Mahaveer Award for Excellence in Human Endeavour in the field of non-violence and vegetarianism.
Shri Jasraj Shrishrimal organizes rallies, press conferences, seminars, public meetings and lectures for animal rights and welfare. He led a movement in 1989 against setting up of India's largest abattoir, Al-Kabir, intended to slaughter 4,000 animals every day. As advocate, he took up the cases in High Court and Supreme Court and stopped establishment of Al-Kabir slaughterhouse for 18 months. He rescued 5,500 cattle from illegal slaughterhouses and sent them to Gaushalas. About 300 animals like buffaloes, dogs and some birds, 480 camels were rescued and sent to people for animals Sirohi. He contributed time and money in establishing 40 Goshalas in Andhra Pradesh. As the president of Govansh Hatya and Mans Niryat Nirod Parishad, New Delhi, National Organization Against Cow Slaughter and Meat Export, he holds meetings in different parts of the country promoting utility of cow dung and cow urine. As the president of Jio or Jeene Do Trust and Pashu Prani Bali Nirmolan Mahasangh Trust, he prevents the sacrifices of animals and birds in the name of the god and goddess. He is publishing articles in Telugu journals and through TV programs promoting vegetarianism. More than 3,500 people have adopted vegetarianism by his effort. The Bhagwan Mahaveer Foundation is pleased to confer the 24th Mahaveer Awards in the field of non-violence and vegetarianism on Shri Jasraj Shrishrimal in recognition of his exemplary service for protection and care of animals. We believe many others will be inspired to emulate him.
I request Shri Jasraj Shrishrimal to come to the stage and receive the award. May I now request our chief guest, Honourable Speaker of Lok Sabha, Shri Om Birla, to kindly present the award. Thank you. We will have a brief audio-visual presentation of the activities of Mahila Abhivruddhi Mattu Samrakshana Samsthe, Belgaum, Karnataka, our awardee in the field of education.
Centuries ago, Devadasis were young Indian girls dedicated to serve the temple deity. Traditionally, they enjoyed a high social standing and a comfortable life. However, over the years the system was abused and Devadasis were forced to turn to prostitution. Though the practice was outlawed in the 1980s, it still exists today. This is Mahananda.
ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಮಾನಂದ, ಕಪ್ಪಲ್ಗುದ್ದಿ ನನ್ನೂರು. ನಾ ದೇವದೇಶ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಕಾರಣ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಸರ, ನಮ್ಮ ತಾಯಿಗೆ ಆರಾಮಿದ್ದಿರ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ತಾಯಿ ಅಣತಾಂಬ್ರು ನಮಗೆ ಕಾಕ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ತಾಯಿನೂ ದೇವದಾಸಿ. ಅವ್ರು ದುಡ್ಡು ಹಾಕಿದ್ರು ಅಕ್ಕಿಗೆ. ಮುತ್ತು ಕಟ್ಟರು, ಮುತ್ತು ಕಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಸಾಂಗ್ಲ್ಯಾಗ ಓದಿಟ್ರು. ಅದನ್ನ ರೊಕ್ಕ ಕೊಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಲಕ್ಕೆ ತೆಗಿಬೇಕಂದ್ರಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಅಬಾರ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ತೆಗೆದು ಹೋಗೋದನ್ ರೀ. ಈಗ ನಾ ದೇವದೇಶ ಏನಂತ ನನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ದೇವದೇಶಿ ಮಾಡಾಕು ನನಗೆ ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ನನಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಚಲೋ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು, ಬೇಕಾಗಿ ಹಿಡ್ದನ್ರಿ. ನಾ ಇಟ್ಟು ತ್ರಾಸ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಯಂದ್ರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಚಲೋ ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕಂತ ಅನ್ಸಿದ್ದು.
Mahananda escaped the system when she met Sitava, a former Devadasi turned activist.
ದೇವದಾಸಿ ಆದ ನಂತರ ಮದುವೆನ ಯಾರೂ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕ ಈಕಿ ದೇವದಾಸಿ ಆದಳು, ಈಕಿ ಸುಳ್ಳು ಆಗಿದಾಳತ್ತ ನನ್ನ ಕಿಶಿಂದ ಯಾರೂ ಮದುವೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ತಾಯಿ ತಂದೆ ಕಿರುಕುಳ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಅಂದ್ರ ಸ್ಥಾನಮಾನ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಿರ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ ಅವಾಗ.
Milap's Hope Project introduces lenders from around the world to women like Mahananda. By lending as little as $25, they provide seed money for these women-owned small businesses. In time, these loans are repaid in full. Mahananda now plans to employ 4 more women in her sewing business. Her teenage daughter dreams of a career in science. Mahananda is now confident that she can make her daughter's dreams come true.
Mahananda, you become an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur.
I request Srimati Meghna to read the citation for 24th Mahaveer Award for Excellence in Human Endeavour in the field of education.
Mahila Abhivruddhi Mattu Samrakshana Samsthe works with Dalit women, ex-Devdasi women and their children. MAS was registered as a membership organization in 1997 with 3,779 ex-Devdasi women as its members. MAS is providing livelihood promotion for ex-Devdasis and Dalits, service for ensuring quality education to Dalit children, campaign against child marriage, and legal support for women victims of injustice. 70 learning centers are established in Raibag, Chikkodi, Athani and Havkeri Taluka for providing education to children belonging to underprivileged sections of the society. It ensures 100% enrollment of children and re-enrollment of dropout children, special coaching classes for underprivileged students to get admission in good schools like the Navodaya and Morarji schools. So far, 1,136 students secured admission in these private schools. MAS is implementing an advocacy and lobbying program to secure rights of children in 16 remote villages of Chikkodi block.
It conducts health camps for underprivileged children. It keeps strict vigil in the district to ensure that there are no incidences of Devdasi dedications. It encourages women to participate in the mainstream of society and empowers them financially. About 300 self-help groups have been formed in 7 blocks and helps these groups in obtaining good credit linkages with banks and financial institutions. It helps in mobilizing housing finance, providing working capital, starting education fund, death relief fund to perform last rites, relief assistance during floods and other need-based support. Rupees 40 lakh loan from the corpus and rupees 60 lakh subsidy from Karnataka State Women Development Corporation were given to 730 members. The Bhagwan Mahaveer Foundation is pleased to confer the 24th Mahaveer Awards in the field of education on Mahila Abhivruddhi Mattu Samrakshana Samsthe in recognition of its exemplary services. We believe many would be inspired by their services and emulate them.
I request Ms. Sitawa Jodati, Chief Executive Officer of Mahila Abhivruddhi Mattu Samrakshana Samsthe, to come to the stage and receive the award. I request our Chief Grace, Shri Om Birla, to kindly present the award. Thank you. We will have a brief audio-visual presentation of the activities of Sadguru Netra Chikitsalaya, Chitrakoot, Madhya Pradesh, our awardee in the field of medicine.
Most of them are poor. They have nothing. They come in droves from far and near, old and losing sight. Their search comes to an end when they arrive at the right place. It's something you feel when you have belief. Bharosa, faith, Vishwas, confidence or Yaqeen all portray the underlying sentiment of the Shri Sadguru Seva Sangh Trust. A trust that millions till date have trusted. For 50 years, the Trust has been relentlessly serving the poor in Chitrakoot with its activities that range from healthcare to education, from women's empowerment to cattle care, from dairy development to agriculture.
हर व्यक्ति के साथ में आत्मानुशासन होना चाहिए, आत्मविश्वास होना चाहिए, आत्मत्याग होना चाहिए, तभी ये विजन और मिशन सफल हो सकता है। अगर हम ग्रामीण क्षेत्र में स्वास्थ्य और शिक्षा प्राप्त हो जाए और उनका सामाजिक आर्थिक उत्थान हो, तो हमारा ग्रामीण क्षेत्र का युवा शहर की ओर क्यों जाएगा।
Sadguru Netra Chikitsalaya is a state-of-the-art tertiary eye care hospital and postgraduate institute of ophthalmology. It has achieved national and international recognitions for its service delivery, modern ophthalmic practices, training, and its community-oriented reach-out activities. Sadguru Netra Chikitsalaya has grown from a 12-bed dispensary in 1972 to one of the world's largest eye care service providers. The hospital has latest equipment and specialty departments providing quality and low-cost sustainable comprehensive eye care services. The Chikitsalaya is performing 1.40 lakh eye surgeries every year. Poor patients who are not able to meet the expenses constitute 80% of the total patients. They are provided all services like cost of transportation, food and lodging, the cost of surgeries, and medicine and spectacles free of cost. The remaining 20% of patients are highly subsidized and paid section. Free eye checkup camps are conducted in the villages. The Chikitsalaya has made Chitrakoot, Manda, Hamirpur, Satna and Panna districts in Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh cataract backlog-free areas. Outreach programs like screening camps and providing primary eye care services are conducted in districts of Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh. In the year 2019-20, it conducted 3,500 plus outreach camps. It has 43 primary eye care centers and city clinics which annually serve around 3 lakh patients. Sadguru Netra Chikitsalaya is functioning under the aegis of Shri Sadguru Seva Sangh Trust. The Bhagwan Mahaveer Foundation is pleased to confer the 24th Mahaveer Awards in the field of medicine on Sadguru Netra Chikitsalaya in recognition of its exemplary service. We hope many would be inspired to emulate them.
I request Dr. B.K. Jain, Director of Sadguru Netra Chikitsalaya, to come to the stage and receive the award. I request our Chief Guest, Shri Om Birla, to kindly present the award. Thank you. We will have a brief audiovisual presentation of the activities of Society for Education, Action and Research in Community Health, Gadchiroli, Maharashtra, awardee in the field of community and social service.
SARCH is an abbreviation for Society for Education, Action and Research in Community Health. SARCH was registered as a public trust in Gadchiroli in the year 1985. SARCH developed a program for women's reproductive health. In 1987, Dr. Abhay Bang and Dr. Rani Bang started a mass movement in Gadchiroli against alcohol, and they succeeded in introduction of its prohibition in the district in 1993. The infant mortality rate was brought down to 79. It became a major evidence for shaping the global acute respiratory illness control program in 77 countries. Newborn mortality was recognized as the main challenge. Hence, they developed an approach of training village health workers to provide mother and newborn care at home itself. They conducted the home-based neonatal care field trial between 1993 to 98. The IMR was brought down to 30, and this became a global pioneer. This approach was replicated in 7 NGO sites, and later in 16 sites in India, Nepal, Bangladesh, and Pakistan. Dr. Abhay and Rani Bang have been awarded with several awards, including the Maharashtra Bhushan Award in the year 2003, the MacArthur Foundation International Award in the year 2006, and Padma Shri Award in the year 2018.
Ms. Supraja to read the citation for 24th Mahaveer Award for Excellence in Human Endeavour in the field of community and social service.
Society for Education, Action and Research in Community Health was established by Dr. Abhay Bang and Dr. Rani Bang in 1986 in Gadchiroli district of Maharashtra, one of the most impoverished districts in India, with tribal constituting 40% of its population. Search is making affordable healthcare available to the rural tribal poor for over 34 years, reaching out to 134 villages. Search is running a hospital called Ma Danteshwari Tribal Hospital, serving the rural and tribal patients of 2,500 villages in Gadchiroli and adjoining districts. OPD with various specialist services are provided to 55,000 patients annually. The hospital has diagnostic services including pathology, microbiology, biochemistry, hematology, X-ray, sonography, inpatient facility for pediatrics, obstetrics and gynecology, malaria, snake and scorpion bites, and facility with accommodation for patients and their attendants. Through surgical operation camp, it is containing 500 major operations. It runs a pharmacy providing low-cost quality medicines. Community health programs are conducted, serving 150 tribal and rural villages, covering a population of 120,000. It is training women community health workers to provide home-based mother, newborn and child care in 39 villages in Gadchiroli district, reducing the infant mortality by 42% in the region. It conducts research in maternal, newborn and child health, chronic diseases and health services, conducts census and demographic data collection in 88 villages in Gadchiroli district. It started a de-addiction program called Mukti Pad, benefiting 12 lakh persons from 1,400 villages. The Bhagwan Mahaveer Foundation is pleased to confer the 24th Mahaveer Awards in the field of community and social service on the Society for Education, Action and Research in Community Health in recognition of its exemplary service. We hope many would emulate them in service of society.
I request Dr. Abhay Bang and Rani Bang, founders of Search Gadchiroli, to come to the stage and receive the award. May I request our Chief Guest Shri Birla to kindly present the award. Thank you. I request Honourable Speaker to release the brochure of 24th Mahaveer Awards. I request Shri T.S. Krishnamurti to receive the first copy. Thank you, sirs. I request Honourable Speaker Shri Om Birla to kindly address the gathering.
भगवान महावीर फाउंडेशन के संस्थापक श्री सुगनचंद जैन जी, फाउंडेशन के प्रबंध न्यासी श्री प्रसन्नचंद जैन जी, श्री प्रवीण बी छेड़ा जी, भारत के पूर्व निर्वाचन आयुक्त एवं निर्णायक मंडल के सदस्य श्री टी.एस. कृष्णमूर्ति जी, श्री डी.आर. मेहता साहब, श्री एस. गुरुमूर्ति जी, सभी संस्था के प्रबंध न्यासीगण, भाई और बहनों, वनकम नमस्ते। आप सभी को महाशिवरात्रि की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं, बधाई, जय जिनेंद्र। आज का ये दिन ऐतिहासिक है जब भगवान महावीर फाउंडेशन द्वारा आयोजित 24वें महावीर पुरस्कार वितरण समारोह में मुझे आने का मौका मिला। ये कार्यक्रम पिछले 5 महीने से इस कार्यक्रम की योजना बन रही थी, लेकिन 5 महीने बाद ये कार्यक्रम हुआ। मैं विशेष रूप से सुगनचंद जी को धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूं, जिन्होंने इस कार्यक्रम के लिए मेरा इंतजार किया। भगवान महावीर जी ने देश और दुनिया को जो संदेश दिया था, वह संदेश आज भी दुनिया के अंदर प्रासंगिक है। भगवान महावीर के विचार, उनकी शिक्षा हम सबके जीवन को मार्गदर्शन देती है। महावीर भगवान के विचार केवल जैन समाज के लिए नहीं, जब आज की परिस्थिति में हम विचार करते हैं तो हमें लगता है उस समय दुनिया में क्या हो सकता है, इस विचार को लेकर भगवान महावीर ने विचार दिए थे कि दुनिया में अगर प्रगति चाहिए, खुशहाली चाहिए, तो दुनिया में शांति चाहिए। और आज हमें लगता है कि अगर दुनिया में खुशहाली प्रगति चाहिए तो हमें भगवान महावीर के विचारों को अपनाना चाहिए ताकि हम दुनिया में शांति ला सकें। मैं विशेष रूप से फाउंडेशन को बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं देता हूं, बधाई देता हूं, जिन्होंने विभिन्न क्षेत्रों में काम करने वाले संस्थाओं को, व्यक्तियों को पुरस्कार किया। ये पुरस्कार पाने वालों से ज्यादा समाज को प्रेरणा देता है, ताकि समाज में उनके गए कार्यों को, उनकी दी हुई सामाजिक सेवा को और लोग भी आत्मसात करें, ताकि जो हमारे संस्कार हैं सेवा के वो जन जन तक पहुंचे। इसलिए ये पुरस्कार समारोह रखा जाता है। मुझे बहुत प्रसन्नता है कि अभी फाउंडेशन ने दायरा कुछ बढ़ाया है, लेकिन और दायरा बढ़ाने की आवश्यकता है। अहिंसा और सहकार में जो काम करने वाले अनेक व्यक्तियों, संस्थाओं से उन्होंने चयनित किया, शिक्षा में, औषधि में, सामुदायिक सेवा के अंदर, समाज सेवा के अंदर, अलग अलग क्षेत्रों के अंदर जूरी ने विशेष रूप से ये प्रयास किया कि हम समाज के अंतिम चरण में काम करने वाले व्यक्तियों को, उनके कार्यों को पुरस्कृत करें, और इसके लिए उनकी चयन पारदर्शिता की रही। इसके लिए मैं जूरी के सभी मान्य सदस्यों को भी बहुत बहुत साधुवाद देता हूं, बधाई देता हूं। साथियों, हमारे देश की प्राचीन संस्कृति और सभ्यता के मूल में ही मानव कल्याण और किस तरीके से सामूहिकता के साथ हम मिलकर समाज के अंदर अंतिम पायदान पर बैठे व्यक्ति के जीवन को बदल सकते हैं। और इसी विचार को लेकर इस संस्था ने भी इसी तरीके से समाज के अलग अलग क्षेत्रों के अंदर जिन्होंने सामाजिक जीवन के अंदर परिवर्तन किया, जिन्होंने अपनी मानवीय सेवा के लिए पूरा जीवन समर्पित किया, उन लोगों को आज पुरस्कृत किया है। ये बात सही है कि हमने हर चुनौती को सामूहिकता से लड़ा है। अभी कोरोना के संकट के समय जब पूरी वैश्विक महामारी थी, दुनिया के कई विकसित देश जो चिकित्सा के इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में या आर्थिक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में हमसे अधिक सक्षम थे, जनसंख्या की दृष्टि से देखें तो जनसंख्या भी बहुत कम थी, लेकिन उसके बावजूद भी हमारे देश के अंदर सामूहिक संकल्प शक्ति से और सामाजिक सेवा के माध्यम से हमने इस वैश्विक चुनौती का मुकाबला किया। दुनिया को हमने बता दिया कि भारत की संस्कृति और संस्कार मानवीय सेवा और मानवता के लिए, सामूहिकता की सेवा के लिए हमेशा समर्पित रहते हैं। और इसीलिए जहां भी लोगों ने संकट देखे, अभाव देखे, वहां उन संकट अभावों को दूर करने के लिए, चाहे व्यक्ति हो, चाहे सोसाइटी हो, चाहे संस्था हो, चाहे समाज हो, सबने अपने अपने स्तर पर सामूहिकता के साथ इस पुण्य मानवीय सेवा का काम किया। और यही मानवीय सेवा के माध्यम से हमने इस चुनौती को जीता है। भगवान महावीर के विचारों को हमें दुनिया के अंतिम व्यक्ति तक ले जाना है। उन्होंने हमेशा करुणा, दया, सहिष्णुता से भी हटकर उन्होंने हर जीव के प्रति करुणा का भाव रखा है। और इसीलिए हम जितने भगवान महावीर के विचारों को आत्मसात करते हैं, उतनी ही बेहतर हमारी भी जिंदगी होती है और लोगों की जिंदगी के बेहतरीन होने का काम भी करते हैं। इसलिए भगवान महावीर के सिद्धांतों, विचारों को हम जन जन तक पहुंचाने का काम करें। जैन समाज सामूहिकता के साथ इस काम को करता है और मुझे लगता है कि उसके अपेक्षित परिणाम भी समाज में आने लगे हैं। आज दुनिया के अंदर में कई चुनौतियों का मुकाबला करना पड़ रहा है। और इन चुनौतियों को हर परिप्रेक्ष्य में देखें तो भगवान महावीर के विचार और सिद्धांत उन चुनौतियों का मुकाबला करने के लिए में मार्गदर्शन देते हैं। आज दुनिया के सामने जलवायु परिवर्तन को लेकर दुनिया इस चुनौती से लड़ रही है। भारत इतना बड़ा देश होने के बाद भी हम दुनिया में सबसे आगे इस चुनौती का मुकाबला करने के लिए सबसे आगे हैं। हमारे प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में हम जलवायु परिवर्तन को लेकर लीडरशिप हमने पूरे वर्ल्ड में ली है। और किस तरीके से हमारे जलवायु परिवर्तन में संरक्षित करते हुए हमारे आर्थिक सामाजिक ढांचे को हम मजबूत लेकर चले, इस दिशा की ओर सरकार काम कर रही है। हमारे देश में और चुनौतियां हैं जिसका हम सामूहिकता के साथ मुकाबला कर रहे हैं। और मैं कह सकता हूं कि सरकार एक विजन से, एक दिशा से इस समाज के हर वर्ग में परिवर्तन हो, समाज के हर वर्ग के अंदर सामाजिक परिवर्तन आए, उनकी जिंदगियों में आर्थिक बदलाव आए, उस दिशा के अंदर सरकार एक विजन बनाकर, एक कार्य योजना बनाकर बड़ी प्रतिबद्धता के साथ काम कर रही। और आज मैं कह सकता हूं कि वर्षों की हमारी चुनौतियों को एक समयबद्ध योजना बनाकर एक सामाजिक जीवन में बदलाव की ओर सरकार काम कर रही। मुझे याद है कि किसी समय में जब संसद की कार्रवाई पढ़ रहा था तो उस समय कई नेता लोगों ने कहा, कई वरिष्ठ विचारकों ने कहा कि इस देश के अंदर महिलाएं खुले में शौच में जाती है, जिस रोड से मैं निकलता हूं कच्चे मकान मुझे नजर आते हैं, किलोमीटर तक दूर लोगों को पीने का पानी लेने जाना जाता था। कई उदाहरण दिए कि जहां पर पीने का पानी किलोमीटर तो दूर, लेकिन पीने का पानी स्वच्छ भी नहीं मिलता था। एक बहुत बड़ी सामाजिक चुनौती इस देश के अंदर थी, लेकिन सरकार ने सामाजिक चुनौतियों को एक एक कर दूर करने का काम किया। करोड़ों शौचालय बनाकर एक दिशा दी कि हमारी महिलाएं को खुले में शौच न जाना पड़े। कच्चे मकान को किस तरीके से पक्के मकान बने, हर घर के अंदर पीने का स्वच्छ पानी हो, हर घर में लाइट हो। एक उन गांवों के अंदर जहां सरकार ने सोचा कि कभी लाइट न पहुंची हो, एक निश्चित लक्ष्य बनाकर उस घर तक लाइट पहुंचाने का काम किया। तो जहां एक लड़ाई हमने सामाजिक मोर्चों पर लड़ी और एक लड़ाई हमने आर्थिक बदलाव की ओर लड़ने की आवश्यकता है। और आर्थिक बदलाव जब भी आ सकता है जब हम आत्मनिर्भर हो। राष्ट्रपिता महात्मा गांधी ने सही कहा था कि हमें अगर आर्थिक बदलाव लाना है तो हमें आत्मनिर्भर होना पड़ेगा। और आत्मनिर्भर होने की तरफ भारत बढ़े, इसके लिए सामूहिकता के साथ काम करने की आवश्यकता है। और हमारा देश सामूहिकता के साथ काम कर रहा है। दुनिया के अंदर अगर भारत की आबादी की दृष्टि से हम आर्थिक और सामाजिक बदलाव देखें तो हम तेज गति से आर्थिक सामाजिक बदलाव की ओर बढ़ रहे हैं। आज दुनिया भारत की ओर देख रही है। मैं जब इंडियन पार्लियामेंट यूनियन के बैठकों में सम्मेलन में हम जाते हैं तो कई देशों के स्पीकरों से, वहां के संसद सदस्यों से हमारी चर्चा होती है तो उनको कहीं ना कहीं भारत एक नया आर्थिक सामाजिक बदलाव बदलता हुआ देश नजर आता है। उनको लगता है कि प्रोस्पेरिटी बढ़ेगी तो भारत की और उसके परिवर्तन की बहुत संभावना है। और इस संभावना इसलिए भी बनी कि दुनिया के अंदर भारत का नौजवान हर जगह कहीं न कहीं सेक्टर के अंदर उस देश के अंदर भी एक आर्थिक बदलाव के लिए नेतृत्व कर रहा है। जितने भी हमारे प्रोफेशनल्स हैं, IITN है, हमारे वैज्ञानिक हैं, वो दुनिया के अंदर भी आर्थिक बदलाव करने का नेतृत्व कर रहे हैं। और इसीलिए हमारे नौजवानों की बौद्धिक क्षमता के कारण भारत की ताकत और शक्ति और सामर्थ्य बढ़ा है। और आने वाले समय के अंदर दुनिया के अंदर अगर हम नेतृत्व करेंगे तो भारत के नौजवानों की बौद्धिक क्षमता के कारण नेतृत्व करेंगे, नए परिवर्तन की तकनीकी ज्ञान के कारण परिवर्तन करेंगे। और इसलिए वक्त है कि हम सबको सामूहिकता के साथ मिलकर समाज में सामाजिक परिवर्तन लाने के लिए हम समाज में काम करने वाले हर व्यक्ति को पुरस्कृत करें, ताकि और व्यक्तियों को सामाजिक कार्य करने की प्रेरणा मिले। और इस दृष्टि से हम काम करने लगे तो सरकार अपना काम कर रही है, लेकिन जब तक समाज सामूहिकता के साथ आगे नहीं बढ़ेगा, हम बहुत जल्दी सामाजिक परिवर्तन नहीं ला पाएंगे। और इसीलिए ऐसी संस्थाओं को इस तरीके के सामाजिक परिवर्तन के लिए काम करने की आवश्यकता है। मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है जब मैं समाज के अलग अलग सेक्टर के लोगों से मिलता हूं। कई संस्थाओं ने लक्ष्य बनाया कि मैं कुछ जिले, कुछ गांव, कुछ ढानी को अंधता मुक्त कराऊंगा। आप अभी मैं देख रहा था कि किस तरीके से आपने उन क्षेत्रों में जाकर काम किया जहां सामान्य व्यक्ति जाता नहीं, और उनकी चिकित्सा व्यवस्था के साथ उनके जीवन में परिवर्तन करने का काम किया। किस तरीके से महिलाओं को स्वरोजगार के रोजगार पर खड़ा किया जा सके, इस दिशा में जब कोई संस्था को इंडस्ट्री सेक्टर का प्लान बने कि मुझे मेरी इंडस्ट्री लगाने में मेरा लक्ष्य अधिकतम लोगों को रोजगार देना है, क्योंकि दुनिया में बहुत तेजी से तकनीकी परिवर्तन हुआ है, वैज्ञानिक परिवर्तन हुआ है वो, लेकिन वैज्ञानिक और तकनीकी परिवर्तन से हम बहुत तेजी से तो आगे बढ़ेंगे, लेकिन उसके साथ साथ भारत की भौगोलिक जनसंख्या को देखते हुए हमें कहीं ना कहीं हमारे प्लान को, इंडस्ट्री सेक्टर को, सर्विस सेक्टर को इस तरीके की भी योजना बनानी चाहिए ताकि हम अधिकतम लोगों को रोजगार दे सकें, महिलाओं को घर बैठकर रोजगार दे सकें। जब इंडस्ट्री सेक्टर के लोग इंडस्ट्री लगाते समय इस विजन से काम करेंगे कि मैं धन तो अर्जित कर रहा हूं, लेकिन धन अर्जित करने के साथ साथ मैं समाज के वो अंतिम पड़ाव पर रहने वाले व्यक्ति को रोजगार देने का काम कर रहा हूं, तब हमारा सामाजिक योगदान इस समाज में होगा। और इस दिशा में काम करने की आज आवश्यकता है। और मैं कई सेक्टर में, कई इंडस्ट्रीज, कई संस्थाओं को नाम बता सकता हूं जिन्होंने अपने सेक्टर को केवल इसलिए डेवलप किया कि मैं कितना अधिक तक रोजगार दे सकता हूं, और उन संस्थाओं ने इस दिशा के काम कर एक बड़ी संस्था का निर्माण करने का काम किया। कई कोऑपरेटिव सेक्टर के अंदर किया, कई संस्था के माध्यम से, कई इंडस्ट्री सेक्टर के माध्यम से किया। आज आवश्यकता इसी बात की है कि हमारा योगदान इंडस्ट्रीज और सर्विस सेक्टर के अंदर अधिकतम रोजगार देने का भी होना चाहिए। जब हम समाज के हर सेक्टर के अंदर काम करने लगेंगे, हम गर्भवती महिला को पोषण देकर समाज के अंदर कुछ लोग फैसला करेंगे कि मुझे एक जिले के अंदर, 2 जिले के अंदर हर गर्भवती महिला को मैं उसको पौष्टिक आहार दूं ताकि महिला भी सुरक्षित रहे, बच्चा भी सुरक्षित रहे, तब हम मातृ शिशु दर को कम कर पाएंगे। और इसी तरीके से हर सेक्टर के अंदर समाज के सभी लोग सामूहिकता के साथ समाज कल्याण का काम करेंगे, मानव कल्याण का काम करेंगे, तो इससे बड़ा परोपकार और पुण्य का काम कुछ नहीं हो सकता। क्योंकि चेन्नई के अंदर मुझे आज कई जैन समाज के, अन्य समाज के औद्योगिक और व्यापारिक सेक्टर और सर्विस सेक्टर में काम करने वाले लोग मिले, मैंने उनसे भी चर्चा की। उनकी जन्मभूमि हो सकती है कि राजस्थान हो, उत्तर प्रदेश हो, मध्य प्रदेश हो, अन्य प्रदेश हो, लेकिन उनकी कर्म भूमि तमिलनाडु है और इस कर्म भूमि का दायित्व निभाते हुए वे अपनी जन्मभूमि के लिए भी काम कर रहे हैं और अपनी कर्म भूमि में भी सामाजिक कल्याण के लिए काम कर रहे हैं। मैं उनको बहुत बहुत साधुवाद देता हूं, बधाई देता हूं। मुझे आशा है कि हम सब लोग सामूहिकता के साथ काम करके इस देश के अंदर सामाजिक और आर्थिक बदलाव में सहयोग करेंगे। और जिस तरीके से हमारे प्रधानमंत्री ने कहा कि आने वाले 100 साल जब हमारी आजादी के होंगे तो भारत कैसा होगा, उन सपनों को पूरा करने के लिए हम सबको सहयोग करने की आवश्यकता है। हम सबको सामूहिक संकल्प के साथ करने की आवश्यकता है। मुझे आशा है कि हम सब लोग इस सामूहिक संकल्प शक्ति के साथ इस अमृत महोत्सव के अंदर संकल्प लेंगे कि अगले 25 साल के अंदर मुझे ही इस देश के अंदर सामाजिक और आर्थिक बदलाव में मुझे ही योगदान देना है। मैं जिस सेक्टर में भी हो सकता हूं, जहां भी हो सकता हूं, मेरा इस देश के लिए क्या योगदान हो, इस संकल्प के साथ हम काम करेंगे तो निश्चित रूप से हम आजादी के 100 साल बाद हमारे शहीदों के सपनों को पूरा कर पाएंगे। मैं पुनः महावीर फाउंडेशन के संस्थापक सुगन चंद जी जैन साहब, उनके दोनों पुत्रों, उनके ट्रस्टियों को बहुत बहुत साधुवाद देता हूं, बधाई देता हूं, जिन्होंने आज ये पुरस्कार वितरण समारोह का, जिस पुरस्कार वितरणों से और समाज के लोगों को सामाजिक सेवा के कार्य करने के लिए प्रेरणा मिलेगी। आप सभी को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। जय जिनेन्द्र।
Thank you, sir. Shri Prasanth Sanjay, Managing Trustee of Bhagwan Mahaveer Foundation, will present a memento to the Chief Guest, Shri Om Birla, Honourable Speaker of Lok Sabha. May I now request Honourable Speaker Shri Om Birla to kindly present a memento to the presiding guest Shri T.S. Krishnamurti and to Shri D.R. Mehta. To capture the lovely moments of the day and to cherish them always, I request the trustees and advisor of Bhagwan Mahaveer Foundation and the 4 awardees to kindly come to the stage for a group photograph. Thank you. Now, I request Trustee Shri Pratik Jain to propose vote of thanks.
Good evening all. Respected Chief Guest, Shri Om Birla, Honourable Speaker of Lok Sabha, Shri T.S. Krishnamurthy, former Chief Election Commissioner of India, Shri D.R. Mehta, former Chairman of SEBI, Shri S. Gurumurthy, part-time Director of RBI and editor of Tughlaq. It is my pleasure to propose the vote of thanks on this memorable occasion. I thank our Chief Guest, Shri Om Birla, Honourable Speaker of Lok Sabha, who despite his busy schedule has found time to grace this occasion and present the 24th Mahaveer Awards to the 4 awardees. Thank you, sir. I thank Shri T.S. Krishnamurthy, Selection Jury Member of Mahaveer Awards, for presiding over the function. I thank Shri D.R. Mehta and Shri S. Gurumurthy, the member of the Selection Jury, for gracing the occasion. I thank all selection jury members and the shortlisting committee members for their encouragement and support. Their able guidance has always encouraged us. My warm thanks to all distinguished guests, the awardees, and each one of you present here for having found time out to be with us and make this function a resounding success. I thank the media for evincing interest in covering the event. I owe special gratitude to all those who work behind the screens. I once again thank one and all. I request everyone to kindly rise for the national anthem.
Adinayak Jaya He Bharat Bhagya Vidada Punjab Sindh Gujarat Maratha Dravida Utkala Banga Vindhya Himachala Yamuna Ganga Uchala Jalati Taranga Tava Shubha Name Jahe Tava Shubha Ashish Mahe Gaye Tava Jaya Gada Janagana Mangala Dayak Jaya He Bharat Bhagya Vidada Jaya He Jaya He Jaya He Jaya 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 He.
Thank you, one and all.
समाज के अलग अलग सामाजिक क्षेत्रों के अंदर काम करने वाले व्यक्ति संस्थाओं को आज किया है। सभी संस्थाओं व्यक्तियों ने शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में, चिकित्सा के क्षेत्र में, सलाहकार के क्षेत्र में, समाज के अन्य क्षेत्रों के अंदर जो समाज के लिए काम किया है वह समाज के लिए प्रेरणादायी। सब मिलकर काम करेंगे तो देश के अंदर सामाजिक आर्थिक बदलाव तेजी से और सरकार ने